Hey everyone, welcome to the $1 Million Patio, as I call it. Mike Rondo here, and today, as you probably can tell, we're doing second time around no bite Delite. Now this is a blend that I've had. It's one of those daily driver kind of blends. Like this you could smoke every day, multiple times, in my opinion. I'm a little cut off there. Maybe that's a little better. I think that's a little better. And you can see my stuff in front here. So, but anyway, I smoked a lot of this, but I ran out. And I've had this tin for a year. Now, see this, unlike last video, which was a complete disaster, so I apologize for that. This is sealed, as you can see. It is completely sealed right there. Here's the little tab. Taking that off, so it is unsealed. It's new. It should be. I don't know how fresh it'll be. It's been in the basement, been in this tin. It's been wrapped. So let's find out, huh? Chocolatey. It smells very, very chocolate-like, and wow, it's probably as moist as it was the day I did. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little bit of a film on my hand here. Let's put some in here. I don't know how much I'm going to need here. That's probably way too much, but we'll go with that. Now, to refresh my memory, let's go to tobacco reviews. A little bite, Delite. Let's see. It's obviously a Cavendish. Black Cavendish, Virginia. Aromatic, yeah, okay. So I was right. I didn't lose my mind. I can tell Cavendish. So they give it a 3.6. I think I was higher when I reviewed this initially, because it's one of those things, you get no bite, obviously, hence the name. And it's funny, because I was just coming out here to do a video, and I said to myself, coming out here, getting ready, it's been very quiet. The neighborhood is like, it's like a ghost town. All you can hear is the wind and the birds all day. And now we hear a plane. My pal Rocky, the neighbor's dog, I went in the shed for something and he started barking. So we're right back to where, on schedule, as soon as you come outside to do a video, it gets noisy. But for the most part, it's been dead quiet around here, which is odd on a Sunday. Not a bad thing, I'm enjoying it. Earlier we had the muffler people earlier with their mufflers, as you probably heard yesterday's video. But for the most part, quiet, easy. My neighbor's yelling at Rocky. But other than that, whoa. Look at that, Bumblebee showed up out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that. I think that's the most action-packed since on this channel since Gus the Spider. I think that was the most action we've seen on this channel in a long time. So as you can see, there's like a little bit of, it's not soot, but it's like, you know, crap, if you will. So anyway, yeah, I took way too much out, but that's all right. It'll go in the communal Shed of Solitude blend, and we'll do that. So, but in any case, I'm going to be reading, because this came in the mail today, Epictetus Discourses, which, this is a book, I don't know why I haven't had this, because I got, obviously, Marcus Aurelius, my pal Seneca, various other books on Stoicism and stuff, but for some reason, I never read Epictetus. I've seen his quotes and videos on him and stuff, but I've never read what is actually from him, so to speak, even though this was like passed down knowledge from what he said or whatever. So, you know, it is what it is. But I don't know why I never got into Epictetus. So I'm going to be doing that after this. Actually, I'll probably use this batch for the second lighting. But let's light it up, see if I still like it. I'm pretty sure I am, because I did this, I smoked this quite a bit when I had the last tin. Of course, it's windy and the wind's blowing right at my face. And we get another plane. There we go. That's a better false light. Or is that the false light? I don't know. Anyway, yesterday's video was kind of a choppy disaster. I was not so focused, and I was completely wrong on the tin. I thought I didn't open it, but yet there it is. Now today, on the other hand, we got a fresh tin, so to speak. So, but let's give this a go. This wind is picked up, so I'm trying to find my moments to light the pipe. I was going to use my Signalman Tony lighter, so next video, hopefully when I'm in the shed, I can do that. But I'm outside, although it is a Zippo, probably works, but I figured this would be better because it'll get in the bowl. I could be completely wrong, so shout out to Signalman Tony. As well as Mach and RI. It must be the 5 o'clock hour here. The planes come out of nowhere. So what I would say is you get the Cavendish, not much Virginia, like black Cavendish kind of chocolate kind of note, cocoa. Which I like. And again, this is kind of a smoke it when you want it, kind of, you know, you could smoke it every hour on the hour if you really want, because you're not going to get the bite. I don't think it gives off that tobacco kind of stink, if you will. I think it's kind of a very pleasant smell. And I'm going to burn through this tin probably in a month. Because I got other tobaccos. I got some coming tomorrow. There should be, I think it's 3 tobaccos. 2 I can review probably this week coming up. 1 I got to save till Christmas. So good stuff. Hopefully, I should probably be reading Seneca's Shortness of Life, because my father stopped by today, and he told me he blacked out while driving yesterday on the highway, and thankfully my stepmom was there to prevent a big disaster. So he's getting that checked out. It got me thinking, because he's just turned 73 this year, and it's I don't know, it kind of makes you think, because my dad, you know, I think of my grandfather, and I've said this before on the channel when I talked about, you know, I'm at where my father was when I was a teenager, and my daughter is kind of where I was when my father was this age, and then my father's where my grandfather was, and my grandfather checked out at 80, my grandmother at 86, and it makes you think and reflect, you know, that window is getting shorter and shorter. It's closing more and more with my parents, and that time you spend with them is very valuable, because it's not, and it's not even a lot, because it was a video I saw, I don't know, I think maybe two years ago, that we were talking about, you know, and then there was a recent video where, like, it makes you think, because they say, 96% of the time you spend with your children is when they're from 0 to about 20, 23, 24. After that, it's very sporadic, and that's very true. You don't think about it, but then when they become adults, like I did, you have less and less time with your parents, and those times you spend together, it doesn't compute that, okay, I've seen them maybe 3 or 4 times a year, and before you know it, it's over. And those 3 or 4 times a year, really, when you look back and reflect on it, was maybe a total of what, 20, 25 times you saw them in that amount of time span or whatever. So it's kind of trippy, and it kind of makes you think. And now I've seen my father a lot, quite a bit, probably more than normally you would see your parent. But it does make you think, and all that he's been through. I was thinking about this today. All that he's been through: Vietnam, a divorce, trying to raise 3 kids. My mom as well, trying to raise us 3 knuckleheads. And all those things that come with, as you get older and you become a parent and you get into your 30s, 40s, 50s, all that you don't perceive when you're a teenager and a young adult until later in life, and you're like, how the bleep did they do all that? And before you know it, it's over in the blink of an eye. All that you've been through, it's over. It's just strange how time is quick. Even another individual I'm concerned about is my dog, who's 14 years old. He's an English bulldog, and he's really deteriorating quite a bit, kind of rapidly. He's very lethargic. He's getting kind of like moments of lethargic. I'm not saying he's completely, he's a bit, the light sensitivity, like if it's too bright, he bumps into things. His hearing is pretty good to be considered. I mean, he's like in dog years, I guess around 80 years old as well. So my 2 partners in crime, my 2 buddies, time's getting shorter with them, and it's a little tough to think about. And of course, you think of your own situation, and today I'm 45, soon to be 46 in October, and before you know it, I'll be in my 60s, 70s, and then the road's coming to an end soon, and it's kind of it's got to be a creepy feeling. I probably should ask my father this. He might, I don't know, that might be unsettling to him. Although I can talk to my dad about just about everything. I don't always do that. Sometimes parents can't handle that kind of a shock, or like kind of a talk with their kid. This is certainly a great blend. Well, I wouldn't say great. It's a good casual blend. It's good for, like I'm doing right now. You don't want to get heavy into the English blend or heavy aromatic. Although the tin note makes you think it's a heavy, saturated aromatic. The smoke itself, not too bad at all. At least, at least from a tin that's about a year old. And Boswell, what's up with not putting the date on the back of these things? I think you should. But in any case, maybe there's a way to read it, and I'm too stupid to find it. But it's a very good blend. It's not strong, other than the tin note. Now this, like I said, I've had this for a year. Since I bought the last tin, I blew through it, and then I got onto other blends and stuff, and I forgot I even had this, and then I saw it today, and I'm like, I'm gonna do a video on this. And considering it's been in there downstairs in the basement, wrapped up in a plastic container, and the moisture content is pretty, I don't know if you can see that, it's pretty darn good, considering. So I think it's probably the same. If you get a new tin, it would probably, that tin note would be pretty potent. The smoke note, not that strong. I don't even think, you might get it if you're walking by someone, they'd be like, ooh, that's not bad. You might get that, although it's not as strong as others. Now, it's predominantly, well, I can't tell the difference between black Cavendish and Cavendish per se. I just know, to me, it's just Cavendish. It might be a bit richer, maybe, or like chocolatier than cocoa, if that makes any sense. Probably not to anybody. Of course, using the Rat Rays 158. Is it 158? I always get this mixed up. Let me see. Yeah, I can't see it. I got more books coming for the Shed of Solitude library. I got a funny haunted house kind of book. I can't wait to show it. It'll be here tomorrow. I can't wait to show you guys that. That'll be, I'll probably do a review on that, because I think it'll be, it's again, and I actually have another book I want to do a review on that I just read from a small author. I might have mentioned it. I don't think I did a review, but I might have mentioned it, but maybe look for that soon. I like the small authors. I like to kind of get them out there. It's kind of an interesting, I wouldn't even call them an author. They have a day job. They do other things. They just happen to want to write a book. Now, maybe one of you scientists could point this out to me. Maybe Renaissance Piper could point this out. I know he's a scientist. Does he do bugs? I think he does bugs. So maybe he can point this out to me in the comments or something, or email me. But I've noticed the last 2 weeks, and you might be able to hear them now, the crickets are starting. You know, night's coming. This is going to be their mating season or something, like the time of the year. But I've noticed the last 2, maybe 3 weeks at night, they are just singing like crazy. It is very peaceful. It is nice to hear. And I'm trying to remember earlier in the summer, in spring, I don't recall hearing them as loud as they've been. This has been the loudest, and maybe that has to do with the fact that there's a drought, and maybe there's more of them. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm just curious about that. So, Renaissance Piper, I think you're a bug guy. Let me know. I know you're a scientist, so you got to have the answer anyway. But it's a very peaceful Sunday afternoon in the neighborhood. I am very grateful for that. Now this is getting hot because I'm puffing quite a bit, but as it states, as it advertises, no bite at all. It was really good though. There's an interesting bird up there. I don't know. It's hard to tell what it is. It looks like a mourning dove, but I could be wrong. It looks gray. So it could be a catbird, mockingbird. It's mourning dove. Anyway. as far as no bite Delite goes, get yourself a tin. I think everyone should have, even if you're not an aromatic pipe smoker, this doesn't give you that aromatic kind of thing. Although there may be a little bit of a chemical kind of taste in the back end, but not anything that would turn you off. I think if you were looking for, actually, if you were looking to try an aromatic, this might be a good blend to get your feet wet, maybe. As well as a new pipe smoker, this might be something to dive into. Now, I don't know if they topped anything with it, to be honest. Let me see if they topped anything. They did. Brandy, caramel, and coffee. Now, I don't get those. I just get the Cavendish flavor. Maybe some chocolate. Possibly coffee. At least that's what I was getting. I don't know. The more I smoke it, you know, I got a good ways to go. Maybe I'll get those notes, but maybe not. Who knows? But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I recommend someone at least have this in their what do you call that? Tobacco arsenal, if you will. I don't know. I don't know what you would call that. But in their stash, I would recommend having a tin or two of this just to have. You could probably use this for someone who want to introduce them to pipe smoking. This would be pretty good for that. Or just to have, like, you don't want to get too crazy with your pipe smoking during the day. You want to smoke one in the morning, afternoon, and night. This is a good one to go with all day, every day, I guess you could say. But anyway, I've rambled long enough. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the horrible video yesterday. And not that this one's any better, but we'll have some better videos later in the week, I think. But anyway, take care. See you guys later.